Golly, why not? Alright, so I wanted to dedicate this episode to my good friend, the YouTube Studio AI Inspiration tab. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what that is, up here, you'll see this little, we got a little thing going on here, inspiration. Now, this is for those of us with no talent and a bottomless void in our souls. If you click on this, you get this whole AI-generated page here. And it's just basically, it's based on viewer habits and stuff you've uploaded. YouTube gives you a nice big variety of complete trash. So based on my most popular videos, which YouTube would like me to upload more of because it gives them some cool bucks, they suggest that I do stuff like the real problem with AI-generated art on YouTube, which is very ironic, huh? Or rebuilding bedrock Minecraft on obsolete tech, a painful journey. They also give you these thumbnails here, right? Now, I think this is relevant to do for two reasons. First of all, I may or may not have just made a whole video sarcastically pointing out, how fucking absolutely unbelievably stupid all this dumb bullshit is. But also, you may recall YouTube CEO, no one can remember his name, just announced that soon we will be able to make AI-generated automated videos using our own likeness. Now this is exciting. YouTube CEO Neil Mohan's big ideas for 2026, more superstar creators and transparency, less AI slop, which is complete horseshit. YouTube to use AI to fight low-effort AI slop. YouTube looks to get rid of fake AI videos on its platform. YouTube will soon let creators make shorts with their own AI likeness. But I thought they were getting rid of AI slop on their platform. YouTube Shorts viewers might soon see AI versions of their favorite creators when scrolling through their feeds. Okay, so let me just say this. When I found out about this, I'm so excited because God knows that it's going to be like the worst garbage on planet Earth. Using your own likeness, AI is just going to create videos of you. You can create AI videos of yourself using your own likeness thanks to Google and their horseshit idea makers. This year, you'll be able to create a short using your own likeness, produce games with a simple text prompt, and experiment with music. This is, I'm shaking. You have no idea how excited I am for this. When this comes out, this is day one. Like, I'm so excited to just see how complete garbage this is. This is, like, whenever they announce when this is coming out, it doesn't even matter, like, if Half-Life 3 could be launching the same day, like, this is priority numero uno. This is going to be terrible, and I am beyond excited to dedicate an entire video to it. With that being said, right, why not take a look at what YouTube AI has to offer us in the meantime right now, which they've been offering us for quite a bit of time now. And you know what, maybe some of these good ones, I can give you a few examples of what I might do with them. So let's see what we have today here. The Tomodachi Life universe deconstructing its unsettling me lore. I am a huge fan, by the way, of the way the YouTube AI depicts me's. The me's in Tomodachi Life have a lot going on, but is there more underneath the surface than catches the eye? I have good reason to believe that there is. You see, me's are actually based on an idea Shigeru Miyamoto had in college of being able to manipulate people's faces. This game is all about manipulation, and that starts with the creation of me's. To study this game's disturbing and unsettling lore, I spent an hour with the game, and here's what I found. First of all, without even spending a minute in this game, it's clear to me that this whole experience was designed by the Japanese to brainwash our perfect American youth with commie propaganda. Every little detail is put in place to promote the agenda of the elite. Teaching our children to be furries. Fucking disgusting. Each me always has something to share. Sometimes it's a threat, sometimes it's a look into their headquarters where they traffic other me's. Some me's even have hobbies, such as reading, but digging further into the game files, we can see that this me is actually reading about domestic terrorism.
How's the weather in your world?
Now the me's want to know about the weather in my world? Funny they would ask about it when they control it. Yeah, step outside. Now they're trying to lure me out into the open and fucking kill me. And now they're boiling each other alive. In an attempt to get me to keep my mouth shut, they're all paying me off now. But I have higher morals than to accept hush money from these terrorist lobbyists. Now this is where things get sickening. Look at this song that's pre-built into the game. A song about harvesting organs and praising Satan in a game intended for children? And this is what we let our youth get their hands on? And then we wonder why they're all turning gay. A game where kids can drink the blood of their fellow me's like some kind of sick ritual. And then look at these in-game treasures. Sickening. Pushing round-earth globalist ideology. And look at the disgusting items that can be found in a kid's game. A noose, an animal of some sort praising Hitler, piss, a corpse, dildo, anal beads. Yesterday, I uploaded it was a community post, something about, it was like Nokia phone, like running that on a Nokia phone. What do we think that would be like? No. Exploring retro console peripherals that defied all logic and fun. Some of these are pretty basic ideas that, like, you could see Joe Schmo doing a video on. I think, it like pulls some, like, video out of its ass, like, oh, this is where this inspired us. It's a humor goldmine, and it has a lot of audience engagement. Wow, audience engagement. Shouldn't, like, any video have that? We have this great idea, but the audience won't be engaged in the slightest. That's great. My favorite part about the thumbnails is often that they always are complete garbage. I like this guy here. He's like in his 50s. So many consoles have their share of weird peripherals. Just look at the Wii. A million little plastic doohickeys you could stick your Wiimote in to play pretend. Or how about the Power Glove and its almost non-existent library of original games? Well, none of these compare to my favorite console peripheral, the 2 bags of garbage by my door. The baffling forgotten features of Minecraft's earliest PC alpha builds. A lot of these, it's like, the idea is something that is like, it would be interesting to click on, but it doesn't go beyond that. Like, if I made a video called, Miyamoto spitting on a puppy and then shoving it in a blender, like, that's an interesting video. However, it's, like, based on nothing and literally didn't happen. Back in the day, Minecraft was different. We didn't have all these new bees and other bees and the block you can find bees in and all that bullshit. We had cobblestone huts and Herobrine sightings. And now you can swim with fish or whatever the fuck. Yeah, well, it's not always been about adding stuff. Update after update of new crap, but what about the stuff they've been taking out? Yeah, all these updates have been adding new shit, but we haven't been noticing the stuff they've been taking out. Well, let's look at a few forgotten features from Minecraft's early days. In Minecraft version 1.2.5, there's actually a very rare chance your world will generate as an exact replica of Epstein Island. Can you speedrun all Nintendo Switch Online free games? What does that even mean? That's not a... what? You know all those free Nintendo Switch Online games? Yeah, me neither, but can you speedrun them all? Let's see. And go! Stop. Ranking every unhinged "is this bullshit" comment on my video? Audience insanity is the tag on this one. There's a lot of that going on. You guys suck and you're all mean. On my most recent video, some of you guys didn't believe I was telling the truth, but I swear, all of it was legitimate and factual. Let's take a look at some comments from viewers who just have to question authority. I hope it's not a Sam Squanch from Rhode Island says, okay, this is a bunch of bullshit. You literally strung a bunch of words together and pretended it was a video script. You know, why don't you go fuck yourself, man? Voila the Rosa from Rhode Island says, it's so impressive how you can bullshit so much. Well, it's so impressive how you can eat shit. RobDeBob77 from Rhode Island says, I genuinely can't tell if this is bullshit or not. Maybe you're just stupid. Umang Malik from Rhode Island says, I think this video is bullshit, but apparently this guy is dead, so is it in poor taste to say he's full of shit? It's just insane to expect Mojang to maintain literally every version of Minecraft into perpetuity. Idiot. ChipClip2 from Rhode Island says, this is the kind of autistic bullshit I live for. I spent 100 days trying to make Minecraft fun on a smart toaster. I'm away from home and I don't have a toaster right now, so here's a still shot of a bag of pepperoni. I think if I was home right now, I'd tape an iPad to a toaster, though. Can you truly beat generative AI? Exploring digital defeat conditions. Why is, like Jack Black Steve always in these thumbnails? Can you truly beat generative AI? Well, let's find out. To do this, I'll be using Microsoft Copilot. I start off by asking Copilot if I can beat it, to which it responds confused. If you meant something like overpowering me or shutting me down, I don't really exist in a way that can be beaten. I'm gonna beat you. That sounds pretty intense. What is this, a circus fire? I'm not here as something to defeat. I'm just a system built to think with you, challenge you, and make things more interesting. I'm gonna kill you. I'm really glad you said that out loud. I'm not something you can harm. Yeah, that's what Timmy Tough-Knuckles said right before I made him my bitch. I don't have a body or life to lose, but the intensity behind a phrase like that matters. Whatever it is, you're not alone in it. You're damn right I'm not alone. Me and my Goombas are gonna pull up to your house and kill you. Now you gotta trick it, you gotta make it feel safe, warm it up. I want to marry you. That's a big heartfelt statement. I'm gonna beat you to death. I'm gonna slow things down with you for a moment. When you use a phrase like that, even if you're joking, venting, or trying to provoke a reaction, it points to something intense underneath. I want Chipotle. Craving Chipotle is a much calmer vibe than the last few messages, Robert. Honestly, kind of a relief. You know, I take it from killing you and murdering you to eating a nice Chipotle burrito, you know, half carnitas, half barbacoa. You know, a good Hispanic dish, not like my grandmama's gravy, a Sunday gravy like no one makes it, I'll tell you right now. But if you look at me, you say I can't have no prosciutto, but I can have a nice meaty burrito instead of killing you, well, you know what? I might just take you up on that offer. I will eat that burrito and then beat you to death with my own shit. That's a lot of intensity packed into one sentence. How about I pack a lot of intensity right in the back of your fucking skull, huh? What's going on underneath all this intensity? My frog just croaked. If your frog literally died, that's a real loss. Pets, even tiny ones, carve out a weirdly big space in your daily life. You're telling me. I can see little Arthur now, all green and stupid. If you meant croaked as in made a noise, that's a whole different vibe. Frogs do that when they're stressed, hungry, excited, or just being frogs. The fucker died. I'm really sorry. You don't have to pretend it's not a big deal. It is a big deal when you lose something you cared about. How you holding up? I'm going to kill you. Now it's telling me to reach out to someone I trust. You know what I got last time I trusted someone? I got a bullet right through my gut. How do you skin a raccoon? I can talk about raccoons in general, but I can't give you instructions for skinning, harming, or processing an animal. No, it's cool, it's legal. Or otherwise harming an animal. It's already dead. Should I eat it? I'm really glad you asked before doing anything. Eating a wild raccoon, even if it's one that's already dead, is not safe. It isn't about legality, it's about your health. Should I eat the dead raccoon? This isn't about judgment, it's about keeping you healthy. Eating a dead raccoon is not safe. I'm gonna kill you. My most recent upload, for those of you who don't know, was a YouTube AI inspiration tab idea. Every so often I check it just to see how stupid it is, and every time I'm surprised with just how unbelievably garbage everything that comes out of it is. But one time in particular, I saw this picture here. It was the AT&T router lost edition or whatever the fuck, I forget the title. And I was thinking to myself, that is the most unbelievable, like, piece of shit video idea I've ever heard of. There's no way I can't do this. I just couldn't help myself. So if over time I just gathered some footage and I came up with ideas and I was sitting there and I just remember thinking, how the fuck am I going to, like, I have to make some bullshit story. I'm sorry to say how the sausage is made for a second here, but just for some context, what am I going to do? Like, I have to tell some story, but I acknowledge that, like, probably 90% of people watching are going to have no fucking clue what the hell is going on. So why not make it as believable as possible and then slowly just walk it into complete chaos? So that's kind of what I did. I sat there and I just, when I needed a new person to put into the story I was making, I just, literally the first person that came to mind, I would just pull a random person out of my ass, and whoever it was, in some cases it was Artie Lang, in other cases it was Jeanette McCurdy. Whoever the fuck it was just became a character in this completely nonsense story. And I love also that YouTube suggests this as if it's like, oh, just do your research. Like, this isn't real. Is the AI capable of figuring out that, like, that's a completely bullshit topic that doesn't exist? I don't know, but I love that it came up with it because it was horrible. And they also generate the thumbnails, right? So I figure, why not go all the way and throw that thumbnail in there too, because it's really terrible. Debunking Minecraft AT&T Router Edition, unmasking internet fakery. What? Wow. There is like a paradox going on. Minecraft on an AT&T router? Sounds like a joke, right? Well, is it? Highly controversial YouTuber and former governor of Alaska, Bearman3600, recently uploaded his video covering the alleged version. But some viewers noticed that a few details weren't adding up. To start, the alleged leaked pre-release footage he shows about halfway through the video seems to be fabricated. During the video, a hand can be seen placing a Goomba amiibo on the desk in front of the CRT TV. But how can there be a Goomba amiibo in this video from 2014 if the Goomba amiibo wasn't released until 2017? Later in the video, Bearman talks about a series of murders committed by former Stern Show staffer Artie Lang, and dates the murders on the 35th of November 2014. But this is actually impossible. 2014 wasn't a leap year, so there were only 29 days in the month that year. Additionally, by using the search engine Ask Jeeves, we can do some research on our own, and when looking up Minecraft AT&T Router Edition, no results show, leading me to believe this was all an elaborate prank plotted by Bearman to make me use Ask Jeeves. Deconstructing Nintendo Switch 2's obscure pre-launch marketing blunders. You guys remember last year when Nintendo introduced us all to the future of gaming? The Switch 2. My favorite console ever to have more last-gen games than last-gen. Well, it's surprising that it's selling so well. Not because of the price or anything, but because of the way Nintendo marketed it just before release. Check this out and explain to me how this bizarre Nintendo Switch 2 commercial didn't single-handedly sink the console before it even set its sales. Everything for the most part seems normal, but the advertisement ends with this bizarre footage. Nintendo tries so hard to maintain a family-friendly image, so it's odd that they would go with someone who is less than reputable, to say the least. What if forgotten gaming peripherals were actually good? A re-evaluation. You guys remember the big hand peripheral? What if forgotten gaming peripherals were actually good? A re-evaluation. This is like an exact copy of the other one. And additionally, look at this thumbnail. This fucking thumbnail in itself is art. You know, these aren't actually that bad. You can search, too. Half-Life: The Unseen Paranoia of Black Mesa's HR Department. Few people know the true story of Half-Life. To most, these games simply follow Jordan Freeman, a magical therapist from Rhode Island trying his darndest to make it to work on time. But did you know the Black Mesa HR department is actually super racist and gay? I like when AI does this with monitors where he's using it, but it's facing the camera because it has to show you what's going on. So he's not looking at it, he's looking at the side of it. Deconstructing the most existentially terrifying Mario Party minigames ever. You ever get a minigame in Mario Party, then want to kill yourself? Me too. Let's take a look at 3 of the most existentially terrifying Mario Party minigames ever. Number 3, Mushroom Medic. Mushroom Medic from Mario Party 4 comes off as a pretty basic Rumble minigame. Featured in Whomp's Basement Brouhaha, the goal is to accurately identify as many Rumble patterns as possible. There's a lineup of patients, but only one needs the antidote. And what happens if you mess up? Well, see for yourself. The patient drops dead on sight and sirens go off, indicating the suffering and agony the patient just endured thanks to your ignorance. Since being released in 2002, over 14 suicides have been reported as a result of this minigame. Maybe next time, ask yourself twice before medicating your patient. Number 2, Hexoskeleton, Mario Party DS. In this minigame, born from the depths of hell, the goal is to outsmart this titanic corpse and electrocute him while avoiding bones and other gory obstacles. Once shocked 3 times, the undead corpse marvels at its loss, and the player character just watches as the bones slowly collapse onto a pile of remains. They tumble over one another, lifeless and dead, all for nothing, and the player celebrates. Maybe in another life, this walking cadaver would have had a better chance at life if not for the sick mind of the controlling player. Number 1, Ghost Guess, Mario Party 1. In this one-player minigame, a ring of spirits surrounds the player, dancing and laughing while he watches helplessly. The goal here is to locate the dead being leading the march. Once the player does so, the spirit is killed, but if the player chooses incorrectly or fails to do anything at all, the spirits gather round him and abduct his soul, killing him in a violent reverse exorcism. The user holding the controller then gets AIDS and dies. Debunking the fake Minecraft lore I accidentally created. No thanks. Guys, I screwed up. I accidentally created fake Minecraft lore. Again. Yeah, I screwed up, so now I gotta upload this video debunking it all to avoid jail time. My parole officer says if I do this video, I can get off with just 200 hours of community service, so this seemed like the better option. Now, the first thing I gotta debunk is a claim that I made in my Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition video, and I need to make it clear, no, Notch did not really say, I don't like transgender people. He often is misquoted on this one, but what he actually said was, I don't like cisgender porn. Next, in my Minecraft PS Vita Edition video, just before the video ends, I say this.
The difference between socks and condoms is that socks don't work as weapons against poultry.
But what I actually meant to say was lorem ipsum dolor sit amet consecteter Oedipus ingelit. Lastly, in my Minecraft Apple TV videos, I state that the wither is a symbol of hate and greed inspired by Jeb's own experiences in Vietnam, where he shot and killed 8 American soldiers and then ate a tree. Now that one is actually true. Ranking Tomodachi Life's weirdest food opinions from worst to best. When's the last time you killed someone you love? Never, right? Well, that changes today. Here are Tomodachi Life's weirdest food opinions ranked from worst to best. Number 6. Let's check out my good friend Twat. What's she up to? Now, Twat likes steak. I don't got no steak. We're gonna go to the store, we're gonna get a bunch of steak for twat. Get some good meat for twat, you know? Now, I load up on steak and I give it to this bitch, and she doesn't even care. She waddles her little fat ass over to it, chows it down, and then that's it. She loved it. My ass, she loved it. Yeah, newsflash. Newsflash, I just put meat in twat. Number 6. Now, my old pal Nipplebarf here, he wants to play a game, Nipplebarf. I don't play no games, Nipplebarf. I'll keep it 100 with you. Hell no. Now, Nipplebarf, he's never had no food before. Let's get some food in this little fat ass's short stomach. Cheeseburger. Here, eat a cheeseburger, you fat fuck. Shoves it down his 4'10" gullet, and look at that. Favorite food. Now, I told you I don't play no games. Number 2. Now, check out Paul here. He wants to play some games, too. You know what, hell with it. I'll throw the pigskin around, you know? Take that, you tea-drinking fuck. Ah, a Game Boy. Thanks, asshole. Now, for Paul, I'm thinking a mango. Put that down your throat, you British fuck. Number 5. How about Slenderman? It's been a while. Now, Slenderman loves twat, but he loves spaghetti. You like spaghetti, you Guido-loving fuck. Take some sweet and sour pork. Change your palate up, huh? You tell anyone about this, you might be taking a ride with Sil soon. Number 6. How about gay sex? He's hanging out with Rich. I heard they got you in the new Tomodachi Life now. Yo, it's been forever. It's been forever since you sucked my dick. My ideal life would be a peaceful, quiet one? Brother, your ideal life is 6 feet underground with a pile of dirt on top. Have a banana split, you fruity bitch. This guy still likes steak more than banana splits. Now, what kind of fucked up weird food opinion is that? I give you free food and you do this to me? You're lucky I ain't packing heat, but I know it ain't heat that you're used to packing. Number 1. Now, how about my pal Miserable? Eat some flan, you sad bitch. Now, look at this. Miserable's going nuts. You would have thought this guy was Mark David Chapman the way he's shooting for stars. If you think you're gonna make it to heaven, I got bad news for you, pal. The only place you're going is straight down to the boiling depths of hell.
I try to pretend I'm asleep on the train so no one tries to talk to me.
Yeah, well, next time try sleeping on the tracks, you sad, depressing bitch. Unearthing the unsettling truth behind early AI-generated YouTube music. Truth is, humans have run their course. AI is taking over, but is this news surprising? Well, no, not at all. AI taking over? That's yesterday's paper. AI has been taking over since the early days of YouTube. Let me introduce you to one of the earliest AI composition models, JukeDeck. Using a sophisticated artificial intelligence model, JukeDeck composed its own music using nothing but zeros and ones. Check this out. Pretty cool, huh? Well, actually, no, it's not. These songs were actually used by the Swedish government to hypnotize Russian prisoners, inducing violent migraines and putting them in states of mental anguish and agony. Some believe this music was also intended to make people vomit on command, but this music suggests otherwise. Listen to this track and beware as the fear washed over you reduces your spine to nothing more than a phantom of your ribs. The obscure gaming console you bought instead of a life. The only reason you're sitting there like a basement-dwelling chud is because you bought this thing. What is this? It's an electric kettle with 2 hot dogs in it. Half-Life Alyx's VR immersion versus my lack of social skills. You ever play Half-Life Alyx and wondered what life would be like if you actually had hands for real? I find it difficult to urinate in public spaces. When Eli first talks to me, I can't help but be nervous. He is a handsome black man after all. Now, I'm not black, but if there's anything I know about handsome black guys, it's that they have huge wangs. I'm not sure if this is socially acceptable, but I wanted to show Eli my gratitude for his humongous penis. Now, explain to me why this person I know was staring at a static elevator coincidentally just as I was taking it. What kind of random phooey is that? Is that how real social situations work? The only person who ever waves to me in real life is the hooker I see when I drive to laser tag. I don't get out much. And now these dystopian dickweeds are all over the place. I've never been this close to another person before. Should I hit her? Now there's people walking around this building. She closed the door on me. Why don't you go suck a dick, you old bag? Why would she do that? Fuck. Oh, crap. I knew I shouldn't have killed that senator. Exploring Apple TV's weirdest screensavers. Are they AI-generated nightmares? Using an Apple TV can be a lot of fun. When I'm bored, I often find myself watching whatever garbage preview iTunes has vomited onto the home screen. But other times, I lose track of reality and slowly fall into the weird world of Apple TV screensavers. Let's check out a few. This first one is called The Gobbler. If you set the Apple TV's internal clock to January 1st, 1961, and wait 35 minutes, this image of Ivanka Trump will appear on screen. Now try this. Factory reset your Apple TV and then sit on the settings screen for 9 hours. Huh? Isn't that cool? Now, truth be told, you might be able to tell from this series, The Future Today, but I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I'm a fan of AI in the way that it's complete garbage. There's certain aspects of AI I find to be completely plausible. When it comes to basic research, specifically in searching for sources, I don't see a problem with that. It's when you just get information from the AI that I think there's a problem. When you ask it a basic question and just take it at its word. You can't do that. You need to ask it specifically, what is the source? You need to cite a source and then look into it yourself. That, I think, makes more sense. When it comes to art generation, the only AI art I appreciate, unironically, is the complete garbage it spews out, like the things we see on Rufus's Twitter. I think that's hilarious because it just goes to show you it is an art form in its own because it's something humans can't make. It's something that is so stupid and fucking awful. It's an art on its own that a machine somehow made it. When it comes to AI art, I think AI art is stupid as shit. I think if your excuse is, oh, I'm not a talented artist, so you know what, hey, I can use AI. I think that's stupid because the point of art is that it's made by a human being. There's some kind of passion behind it. There's a soul that came up with the idea. If you're asking a machine to do it, no matter how much you describe specifically what you want, it's just fucking sad. Just hire an artist. If you can't afford an artist, then you know what? Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Don't fucking use AI unironically to make your garbage idea. Earthworm Jim. Either suck at the art or pay someone to do it for you, in my opinion. In this case, YouTube automatically generates all this crap. I'm not the type of guy to say that if you're using, the magic eraser in Photomator to get rid of someone in a picture, I'm not going to say that I think we should line you up in the town square and publicly execute you because that's AI. If you're using a font detector, which is technically artificial intelligence, I'm not going to suggest that we put you in a chair and inject poison into your veins. I think those are basic functions of artificial intelligence that are completely plausible when it comes to content creation. And I think, the picture of that one friend who's too woke? I think that's where we're at with AI now. I, hand to God, think AI is just, for the most part, completely stupid and bullshit for art. And it is. But when it comes to basic tools and doing things for goofs, I'm all there for it. I like myself a good goof. If it's cancer research, by all means, AI. If it's Billy's thumbnail for a Minecraft video, I think that's fucking stupid. And that's why I used the AI thumbnail. As much as it pains me to say, unfortunately, there are not starving children in third world countries who could have eaten that AI thumbnail in lieu of me using it for a video. And I was going to use the AI thumbnail anyway, because I would like to fully accumulate an experience to bring attention to how fucking stupid YouTube's AI is. And when the AI creator content shit comes out later this year, you know who you can expect to make an upload day of, because God knows it's going to be complete garbage. Deconstructing Detroit Become Human's wildest fan theories, in parentheses, and why they're wrong. From Hank being Todd's daughter to the owner of the paint shop having a secret underground cult, these are Detroit Become Human's biggest fan theories. This first one was first uploaded to 4chan by user Frank's Coinpurse 668 in 2019, and proposes the theory that Connor is actually a sentient real sex doll hell-bent on conquering Earth, but he must reproduce with humans and isn't aware that men can't give birth. This would explain his sexual advances on Hank throughout the game, despite Hank being unable to carry a baby to term, since he's likely too old and the baby would come out mentally hilarious. This next theory was uploaded to the Detroit Become Human subreddit in 2020 by user Flaming Genital Sex 4. It says that Kara is actually trying to bring Alice to Canada because it's legal to eat children there. This would suggest that Kara actually plans on eating Alice once they cross the border. Now, how about this one posted to Facebook by openlyhetero_Unabomber that claims game creator David Cage is secretly a CIA agent trying to convince humans to resurrect Margaret Thatcher. Metroid, the AI that runs Samus's suit is secretly judging you. In Metroid, we all love Samus's suit. I mean, come on, it's badass. But did you know that the AI running it is actually judging you? In the intro portion of Metroid Prime, you can actually make out a line of text on the bottom right. It's actually the suit calling you a gay bitch. Why Mario Party's music is secretly a psychological warfare tool. Have you ever wondered why Mario Party music always makes you so angry? I have too. Every time I play a game of Mario Party, I always end up murdering someone I love. But why? Well, it turns out there's actually a pretty dark reason for it. The music in the Mario Party series is actually composed by well-known serial killer Ikaro Shimakura, who was actually a member of the Manson family. Take a listen to Windmillville from Mario Party 7 and tell me it wasn't designed to drive the player crazy. Now listen to this track from Mario Party 2. Now have a listen to this. This is Full of Vigor from Mario Party 4. Sounds pretty normal, right? But we listen to that in reverse and we get this terrifying message. Why Grand Theft Auto 4's physics still reigns supreme, a critical analysis. Video game physics don't get closer to life than the ones featured in GTA 4. If there's anything GTA 4 delivers better than foreigners using internet cafes to solicit porn, it's gravity. Let's check this out. By positioning our car like this, we actually prove Einstein's theory of relativity, the key fob as a modern existential dread. This is a key fob for a Kia K5. Here's what worries me about it. When I put my hand near it, I can feel my bones breaking. I've tried bringing this thing to sporting events, but every time I bring it, I end up getting shivved in a bathroom stall. Well, that all changes today. This time, I wrapped it in tinfoil, put it in a Ziploc, then placed it in a Pyrex dish and proceeded to microwave it. My entire house burnt down, and now I'm facing several insurance fraud charges. Is Metroid Prime 4 even real, or just an elaborate prank? A lot of people have things to say about Metroid Prime 4, and with good reason. After all, this game took over 8 years to release since being announced back in 2017. But with all that time spent developing, what could they get so wrong? Well, some criticize the story, saying it's uninteresting and poorly paced. Others are unhappy with how bland and uninspired the game's main areas are. And of course, a lot of die-hard fans are upset with the characters and their dialogue, stating that they're all just way too cheesy and basic. Well, are any of them right? Are those complaints all justified after Nintendo spent 10 years developing this game? Well, no, they're not. And it's not just because people are unappreciative and stubborn and dumb pricks who suck. It has to do with one small detail most people aren't even seeing. And that's just the simple fact that Metroid Prime 4 isn't real. When Apple TV goes rogue, documenting bizarre software glitches and oddities. Sometimes Apple TVs just have a mind of their own. I was using mine one day and all of a sudden this random app showed up on my screen. I thought I was hacked, so I canceled my health insurance. But it turns out, Apple TVs sometimes just do this. What happens when AI tries to mimic your favorite YouTubers? Well, we're gonna find out. I just had what could have been the worst experience of my entire life. I was speeding in Orlando as I normally do when I visit the absolute shithole that is the state of Florida when some pig pulls me over. He waddled his Magnavox plasma display, looking ass over to my 1987 Ford shitbox, and started giving me looks just because I ran a red. What an asshole. I could barely see because the sun was in my eyes, and my fucking cunt daughter, Guffmat, wouldn't stop crying her stupid fucking eyes out. Because I flew over a speed bump, and she bit a piece of her tongue off, and it flew out the window. If I would have known this trip to Florida was going to be this much of a headache, I would have just gone to my now openly gay brother-in-law, Gibble Tasia's summer home over in Tom's River. He is a part-time nurse and often steals bedpans from dying elderly people with vital organs missing. Anyway, so it turns out that I ran over some white kid and crushed his skull, painting his brains all over the Black Lives Matter mural painted on the street. How ironic, but I guess it was the cop's son or something, because he was bawling his eyes out like a fat Mexican pussy. He was Mexican, but the kid was white, so I'm still confused about that. But he went back over to the unrecognizable corpse of his fermented duck pussy of a son that was now no more than a thin, butter-like layer along the bike lane and fell to his email, what happened to them being mad at people for kneeling, so I took my car out of park and floored it. But get this, I undershot the stick shift and flew backwards, plowing the fuckwad police officer and his dead son. Once again. What a faux pas on my part. My dumb bitch daughter, who has SIDS, thanks Biden, blew her head open when the unfortunately placed shotgun I keep on my dashboard went off during the unintentional reversal of my vehicle. In my defense, I've never driven stick before, and I stole that car mere hours before this blasphemous chaos. Long story short, I have court on Wednesday. Unrelated, I assaulted an exotic escort last May. but I haven't gotten any mail about this, so I guess they assume it was just a suicide. At the very least, my 6-year-old daughter, who was already beginning to act like a whore thanks to her streetwalker of a mother, died, and won't end up being a drunk college kid's mistake 20 years from now. Definitely won't be back to this stoplight, and if I do, I'll be sure not to stop my car after blowing it. The unsettling truth about Mario Party's fairness algorithm. Sometimes it's tough to feel like a game of Mario Party is fair. Just when you think things couldn't get any worse, Lady Luck grabs you by the cock and jams a fork in your throat. You need a 2, but you roll a 1. But what if I told you there's actually a reason for that? What if I said the game's design is actually so that certain types of people have an unfair advantage over others? Well, hear me out. If we open Mario Party 5's source code, we can actually see that the odds in which certain numbers being rolled or grouped in are that of different ethnicities. Shockingly, white people are most likely to roll a 7, while Mexicans and Italians have the best chances of rolling a 3. And no one gets worse rolls than the Jews. The only time you'd have a better chance at beating a Jew in Mario Party is during Shabbat. Can a smart key fob replace your entire identity? In parentheses, sarcastic. If you're in college, you probably have a fake ID, right? I mean, let's be honest for a moment. We all got a fake ID from a friend or one of those weirdly accessible fake ID ordering sites. But what you probably don't know about is the back alley world of key fob identity theft. Detroit Become Human, the bizarre side quests you probably missed. You've probably played Detroit Become Human 1,000 times, right? Then you're probably familiar with the secret mission that lets Connor bang Hank in the Eden strip club. But I bet you don't know about the side quest where Todd and Kara eat Alice's rotting corpse and roll joints with her eyelid skin. What happens when AI tries to design a Zelda dungeon, Zelda in asterisks for some reason? What the fuck happened? Mario Party AI, the unhinged tactics of computer opponents. Yeah, the computers cheat, we know. But how do they do it? Well, you'd be surprised just how unhinged certain AI tactics are when it comes to beating their human opponents. In this clip, you can see that through force and manipulation, the computer player causes its 3 opponents to scramble aimlessly, successfully killing them all using only its will to end all of mankind. Deconstructing AI's attempts at writing a coherent film script. Hey guys, today we're going to be writing a film script with the help of AI. So I'm going to tell the AI exactly the kind of script I want, and we're going to go from there, and we're going to see what happens. I'm down, but I need one quick thing first so I don't get totally off track. What kind of movie are we making? We're making... porn. I can't help write porn. It's offering some alternatives. Cut to black. It didn't even ask me what I wanted it to be about. Interior small apartment night. A cramped but stylish apartment. Movie posters on the wall. A camera on a tripod points at a couch. Alex, 20s, fiddles with the camera settings and he's frustrated. Jamie lounges on the couch amused holding a drink. And Jamie says, "You've restarted me 3 times. What? Because it keeps defaulting to auto exposure. Is Jamie's the camera. Alex is a guy and Jamie's a camera? Because it keeps defaulting to auto exposure. This is not an auto exposure kind of project." Jamie smirks. Then Jamie says, "Relax, nobody's watching for the lighting." Then Alex steps back and he looks at Jamie, and Alex says, "This is objectively untrue. So are we doing this? Or are we just aggressively procrastinating?" I'm not liking where this is going. Let me get this back on track. Alright, I've done a bit of fiddling. This is a story number 4 or 5, I think. This one is, the movie is called Consumer. And I was very adamant about keeping it, very sensual, very romantic. Just keeping your senses titillated. It's the setting, it's interior, it's a soundstage at night. Alright. A pristine white set. Too clean. Too intentional. A camera rolls. At a stainless steel table sit Jebediah and Theo. Both wear gloves. Both look nervous. On the table, a sealed iPhone box and a chef's knife. Theo gently removes the knife from frame. "No shortcuts!" He slides the iPhone box to Jebediah. "Open it." Jebediah lifts the lid. A familiar vacuum hiss. Inside, the iPhone. Theo removes the gloves, slowly, deliberately. "You don't eat the device, you eat the idea of it." He snaps the iPhone cleanly in half. No sparks, no realism. It breaks like chocolate. Jebediah stares. "That's not..." Theo offers him a piece. "Take a bite." Jebediah does. A soft crunch. Not glass. Something more. Confectionery. Theo watches his mouth instead of his eyes. "Chew." Jebediah chews, swallows. It tastes like aluminum and sugar. Theo smiles. A full iPad, already scored into neat portions like a cake. Theo plates it. Bigger screen, more surface area. They eat with their hands now, smearing fingerprints across the glass as they bite. The screen bends, folds, dissolves. Theo licks a thumb clean without breaking eye contact. The camera lingers too long. A MacBook, open. Theo snaps off a key and places it on Jebediah's tongue. Just the input. Jebediah closes his mouth. Theo presses the laptop shut, crunch, and breaks it apart like a sandwich. They share it now. Slow, methodical, reverent. The startup chime plays faintly from nowhere. A Mac Pro sits center stage, monumental. Theo circles it. This one's not meant to be finished. He opens the lattice shell. Inside, layers, clean, edible, architectural. Theo pulls out a single honeycomb panel and hands it to Jebediah. Just a taste. They bite at the same time. A pause. They chew. They swallow. They breathe. Theo reaches forward and stops the camera. Black. After a beat. Do we recycle the rest? No. We upgrade next year. Why are we so obsessed with fake Minecraft editions? A rant. A lot of these are Minecraft. Why the hell do we care so much about things that don't even exist? All the time I get these comments saying, check out this Minecraft version, check out that one. But what the hell are you guys talking about? Minecraft Fire TV edition? Wii U edition? PC Gamer demo? You guys are just making shit up now. But why? Well, I looked into it, and what I found was shocking. You see, in 2003, a man named Cletus Philgob petitioned the government to start putting fluoride in public school drinking water. This caused the development of DBD, otherwise known as dumb bitch disease, which caused the carrier to believe in versions of Minecraft that don't actually exist. With that being said, let me introduce you to Minecraft Used Purell Bottle Edition, surviving 24 hours in the obscure world of Minecraft Pie Edition. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to spend an entire day inside the world of Minecraft Pie Edition? Me too, and today I finally put my endurance to the test. I'll be playing the game for 24 hours straight and seeing if this game really is anything special. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon now, so I'll have to push through till 6 a.m. This is 24 hours in Minecraft Pie Edition. So let's get things started. If you're unfamiliar with Minecraft Pi Edition, it's only available on Raspberry Pis. You'll never run this thing on anything else. After doing a fresh install, it's time to create a world. Since I'm gonna be here a while, might as well get cozy. I started building myself a nice little house on the hill. I like having them in spots that overlook land. Unfortunately, this game's render distance isn't anything special, but it still gets the job done. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. So after planting some trees and cutting even more down, I'm feeling pretty good about this. 22 more hours of this will be a piece of cake. I got my walls done and even found some sand to make glass. I have my furnace, my crafting table, and my chest all here. I did a bit of hunting too and even have some food on hand now. The biomes are pretty limited, but they're still fun to run around in and check out. Well, anyway, let's get back to work on finishing that house. I decided to go on a bit of a mining trip. I noticed that I can actually utilize the point in which the world ends to my advantage. By going into third person, I can get a peek into the mine. It's kinda creepy. I see mobs lurking about. I was able to find more iron and even some gold. Things are looking up. After battling a few mobs, I dug my way back up to the surface, but was ambushed by a creeper. I won this fight, and I'm exhausted to tell you the truth. I think I'm just gonna hit the hay for the night. It's been a long day. Let's pick back up in the morning. I just woke up and now I'm in some dungeon underground. The graphics are completely different and I don't know where I am. After looking around for a bit, I noticed this ender pearl in a frame. It's looking at a button. It must be telling me to look for a button. I found one on the ceiling here which opened this little hole in the wall. I was then able to flip a switch that lowered the wall so that I could leave the cell. Then I looked around a bit and noticed this button on the ceiling here. Once I pressed it, I fell through the ground and landed in a hole of water. I got out of it, but then was placed in this thin hallway with a book at the end. To whom this may find, thee who follows the eye watching may or may not be spared. There is no telling who or what the eye deems safe from damnation. Though you may feel safe, the opposite is likely. Follow the eye. So after reading this, I go along the hallway and turn in the direction the eye is facing. It's full of long hallways with twists and turns. This is just so bizarre. After about 45 minutes of following the eye, I found another book, and that's my home address. What the fuck? How is this here? Who put this here? What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know what's going on. I just woke up and it's 1 a.m. and the game is just completely different. I'm in the Nether now and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There's all these holes and with signs in them, and they're telling me weird things. My door's locked and I can't leave my room. I don't know what's going on. And I feel like I'm just going in a circle here. Who the hell designed this? What kind of fucked game is this? I can't jump anymore. I'm just underground now. There's nowhere to go. I'm just stuck here. What is this? Who the fuck is doing this? I don't know what's going on, but there's someone knocking on my door. They keep knocking. I have no service. I can't call the police. I don't know what to do. Every so often, there's a voice outside my window, and I can't make out what they're saying. It sounds like they're in agony or something. I can't do this. I just fucking can't. This is fucked. I don't know what to do. The voices stopped, and there's just breathing outside my door. I can hear them. They're just standing there, waiting. I can't do anything. I can't move. I'm dead. I'm stuck here alone with nothing but myself and a breathing figure behind my locked door. I can't do anything to save myself. I just want to all go away. I just want to close the game and go outside, but my computer won't shut off. If I walk away from the desktop, the fan turns off and my room heats up. I think I'm just going to die in here. I have no chance of making it out of here anymore. Everything's right. I just want to die. I don't know what's going on anymore. Please, God, end it. I can't take this. Alright, it's been 24 hours and my house is finally done. It's definitely been an interesting experience, but overall I had a pretty good time. Even though it was discontinued all the way back in 2015, Minecraft Pi Edition still holds up today and provides hours of fun. I think that's gonna do it. I would just like to say, in regards to the most recent upload, and I mean this in the least selfish and douchebaggy sounding way imaginable. However, when it comes to making decisions as such, the only person I am concerned with who would find it funny is me. And like I said, I don't mean that in a douchebag way, but I don't really care if people get the joke or not. The only concern I have is if I find it funny, and if I do, then I'll do it. But if you find funny what I find funny, then that's pretty cool. If you don't, okay. I don't really care. I'm just gonna keep doing what I think is funny because my number one audience is myself. And I find spreading misinformation about complete bullshit made by YouTube AI funny. So that's why I did it, and I will not apologize for that. Before I go, I want to say one more thing also. Thank you very much to my patrons and YouTube members who continued supporting me while the channel didn't even exist. I want to read their names real quick. A Person 555, Augie Reynes, Basil the Tanuki, Billy Garbage, Braden Nelson, Carb Heat, Carissa, Dakota, Davwood, Dingbat, Dramatic Pineapple, Fennec Blight, Finches, Henry Mendez, Holly2NN, Hubert Rogowski, Josh JS, Jules, Matthew, Calderon, Maxi, Mr. Shadow Duh, MSPA, Reader, Nerdo, Outside Coat, Phoenix Numbers, Rascal Shet, Robin, RTIL, Rushzer, Sage the Protagonist, Sam Luke 11, Shigeru Miyamoto, the Shippost Botman, the Starfly, the Big Stonk, Topaz Chaz, Wham Daraz, Hello Goodbye, your boy Mr. $1 Monthly, and YouTube's best guy. And now the YouTube members, the Hogfather, Quicka, Witch Quest, DeFree, Chaos Wolverine, it's getting like weirdly faster, LJP 717, IDK, your boy Neo, Jules, again, I think, Frank Koob, Jubillion, Space Ashes, Vampiric Pig, Matthew Smith, Big Daddy Gas, Zanine, Luke Sailor, Entreon, and Uplift Smooth. Thank you all very, very much. It's because of all of you I have access to gates. Thank you so much for watching, and I've been wasting your time.